Did you know not all architects are the same? My name is Ritchie Clapson, I'm a chartered structural engineer and I've been in the property industry over 40 years. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why not all architects are the same. In fact, they are fundamentally different. What am I talking about? Well, it's the point that you might see architect above the door. In fact, it could apply to any industry professional. You might see structural engineer above the door. You might see project manager, cost consultant. But it doesn't mean to say they're going to be suitable for your project. What am I talking about? What am I getting at? Well, the point here is, imagine if you went out to an architect and you want to do, let's say, a refurbishment of an existing commercial building, an existing office building perhaps, into residential. But yet that architect had only ever worked on new build residential development. In fact, let's take it one stage further, new build hospital development. Not even related in the same sector, but new build. Do you think they're going to be appropriate for what you want? Do you think they're going to be suitable? Probably not. They could probably do it, but they really haven't got quite the expertise. You know, their experience is solving problems for, in this instance, healthcare or new build. Even if it was residential but new build, they're familiar with the new build processes. New build processes are very different to refurbishment processes, particularly when we're trying to talk about space and maximizing space and what we call sweating the asset, getting as many residential flats as we can into that existing office space. And then there's the old technical side, the technical aspects of making sure that building comes up to standards, building regulation standards, whether that's to do with escape distances, whether it's to do with thermal capacity. Now, please don't get me wrong. Those architects could learn that and they might tell you that they're good at that. They might tell you, don't worry, I can pick up on that. But really, why? Wouldn't it be better to actually find an architect who does this stuff day in and day out? Because a lot of this is solving problems. So if you've got an architect that's very used to working on existing buildings and refurbishing them into residential, they're going to know the regulations straight off the top of their head. They're going to know and perhaps worked on many, many schemes and have lots of ideas, because it's all about ideas, of how to sweat that asset. And the same thing applies to all other industry professionals. So your structural engineer that's only ever done new build perhaps hasn't thought of or come across all those clever ways of converting that building and trying to do it efficiently and save you money. The same with the cost consultant. Do they have an immediate handle on those refurbishment costs? Do they know the tips and tricks to get those things cheaper? And of course, the same will come with your contractor. The contractor that's used to having not only himself, but his subcontractors working on refurbishment buildings is going to be far better for you, far efficient, far more creative on your refurbishment building than if they'd only been familiar with new build. So as I say, not all architects are the same. Does that make sense? Do you know, you want to follow this. This is so important. So when you go for your architect, when you go for your engineer, when you go for your contractor, make sure they've done what you are going to do. Now, if you like what we do here, please give us any other suggestions for any future videos and like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.